And just like that, we are going to kick stuff off. I hope you guys are enjoying the weekend. The secret sauce for today is only when you challenge your limits do you discover new strengths. Here we go. On the docket today, NFT sales are actually up 24%. They did about $99.05 million. Where did it all happen? On the Ethereum blockchain. Dogecoin rallies 9%. 73% of addresses are finally in profit. Telegram CEO Pavel Durov, he is in the Huskow. Rect Capital says Bitcoin is poised for continued momentum. We're going to touch base on that, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on that. We have Blunt's predicting Memecoin breakout is about to happen. He is also bullish on BNB. I am also bullish on BNB. We have been charting this since about 300 in the Substack. Once it crossed 600, we were elated. We had that bloody Monday where everything crashed. We have rebounded. I think smooth sales are so close to being in order. We also have potential signs for big gains on Solana, Avalanche, and Tron. I am watching all of these, and Ethereum. We touched on that yesterday because people are saying it may go parabolic. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Sunday. It is August 25th, and it is time for some rare bits. Today, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we slid down 2 degrees, coming in at 854. This took us out of greed back into the neutral zone. Bitcoin dominance, it is up on the 24 hours as well as Ethereum dominance. Total crypto market cap has slid about 1% in the last 24 hours, coming in at 2.296 trillion. Top crypto search term is sun.io, ticker sign SUN. It is up 304% on the 7-day. I listened to a really interesting live YouTube space with Justin Sun on it. It was interesting. We will get into comments probably in that tomorrow in the Substack. We have 72 days until the upcoming election. And Bitcoin, we are watching this. I put out some of my resistance numbers. We have not pierced that number yet. We are remaining around the 64K mark, which we love. Briefly rose to 65 before retracing. Toncoin, it has plunged over 20%. And following the arrest of Telegram CEO Pavel Durov. Now, what's interesting about this Toncoin, is this a buying opportunity? I have friends that are doing leverage buys on this as we speak. Most major altcoins are showing minor losses, except some amazing picks that we have had. Now, Toncoin, I just want to touch base on this a bit more. It experienced a pretty sharp decline following the arrest of Pavel when he landed at the airport in France. Boom, 15% immediately. It dropped below $6. I said we would not see that again. Now, I did not know that Pavel would be arrested. So that instigated just this wicked drop, right? We hit about $5.50. So there's two thought processes we need to think about. One, does Pavel get out on bail and he's able to fight his case with humanity with a great attorney? He has plenty of money to do so. Or do they keep him in and try and make a point out of what they are trying to do? So if he stays in, what is the probability that they do not? What is the probability that they attack the ecosystem next, right? If you take down the founder next, if the founder's problematic, there's obviously problems on the ecosystem. It seems that is the next shoe that is going to drop. Do we see that? I mean, this is interesting. If you guys subscribe to my Substack, I also put out a really interesting, thought-provoking, short, concise piece today on privacy. And to me, that is the final answer. The governments across the world will only allow a certain amount of privacy. At some point, big tech, big government steps in and they say, this is where we draw the line, and we're drawing the line here for your safety. They are deciding they know better than you, and they are going to prevent you from having access to total privacy because there's illicit activity that can also happen in a totally private network. My view is we need to figure out a solution. Banning privacy is not the answer. It is a mistake. So we are going to see this play out in real time over the coming months. It will become an integral part of the election, not only in the United States, but in France. We saw recent arrests in the UK for people posting comments on Facebook. this is interesting, right? People are posting comments. They're not out causing acts of violence. They're not inciting riots. They're posting their viewpoints and they're being jailed. This is alarming. All right, so we're going to keep getting into this stuff. Before we get into more news, and there's a shit ton of it. There's a bunch of stuff I want to get into. Pavel with Toncoin, with Notcoin, with the Telegram ecosystem. We are going to dive deep into that tomorrow. But for now, let us check what is going on with the current heat map. And as you can see, we have some red. We are fine with that because it's not terrible red. And what are we talking about? Bitcoin currently trading at $64,201. Ethereum, $2,766. We really need to pierce about 3,100, in my opinion, to start ripping. BNB trading at 575. Solana, 159. I like this. I want to go higher. 165. We need to break, in my opinion. XRP, 60 cents. Dogecoin, 11 cents. Toncoin, $5.89. Dropped 13%, 11%. So it's rebounded from the cataclysmic event. The bet here is, will the ecosystem survive this attack? There have been many people that are saying the X ecosystem will become the next pawn in this chess game to begin to maneuver around and attack, at least, possibly not in the United States, but in the European Union. So these are interesting maneuvers that we are seeing. Is this a total shift in ideology by governments across the board? Is this the governments realizing that they've lost pace and they've lost control and they're trying to rein things back in any way possible? I'm not sure what the message they're sending here, but it's unsettling. In the smallest version, it should be unsettling to everybody what's happening here. Okay, let's keep looking at some things. This is my list, and as you can see, everything is absolutely red. Toncoin down 13.5% on the 24 hours. We're having a day where everything is kind of retraced. We had a beautiful day yesterday. Things are flipping around a bit. We're here for it. It is Sunday. It's the middle of August. Just don't get worried about things. This is really nice, though. So this statistic, so this is DeFi Llama, this is DEX volume, and I have this short range pulled up here for a number of reasons. One, I wanted to look at July 2023. We did about $58 billion. July 2024, we are at $194 billion. August did less than July. It did $56 billion in 2023. August, which we are not finished with, $138 billion for the month. Now, granted, we only have 5 days left, but just to see this rise is absolutely brilliant. And look at September. We only did $44 billion last year. We have not, that was the absolute low in the last 16 months. We are going to crush that this September. Crush it. So buckle up for all these things. Now, I love this because what's so interesting about this, so these are the top meme coins by market cap. So as far as price goes, everything's down. Popcat, Floki, Doge, Boom, Pepe, Muse, Shiba, Whiff, Bonk. Not down terribly. We're just riding the summer waves. It's fucking Sunday. Everybody take a break. What's interesting about it, and everybody, there's two adages here. One is never stop clicking. The other is, well, there's three. Never stop clicking. Crypto is 24/7, and there's always money to be made in the ecosystem. So while these top meme coins by market cap are down, there are things happening in the ultra risky meme coin world, and we're going to touch base on some of those. Next up, we're going to look at Polymarket. I love this because some of this news is so, it's unfiltered polls. It's unfiltered betting. We have Telegram banned by EU country before October, right? Pavel Durov released in August. We have 6 days left to see if Pavel can get out of his current situation, or will they hold him and detain him? When that happens, in essence, that removes your true ability for a fair trial. You're not able to meet with counsel at your time. You are not able to put things in order. You are not able to build a case. The government prevents you by keeping you captive. It is one of the tactics that they use. It will be interesting to see if Pavel does have enough money to get out of the situation. Will ex-Amazon VP reveal who seduced his wife? So this is an interesting story that broke out on X. I do not cover shit like this. I do not give a shit. Next up, will Kamala publicly support tax on unrealized gains? We just found out that Kamala and her gang are deciding to go after tips. They want to tax everybody's tips. So if you are in the service industry, the Democrats are coming for you. And Trump campaign just tweeted out on X that there will be no taxation on tips. Keep your money if you are in the service industry. Looking at the biggest gainers over the last 24 hours, crypto, AI, Robo, Sun, ArcBlock, Audius, AMP, and the biggest losers, Notcoin and Ton. Both of these are involved with the Pavel arrest. So seeing this stuff play out in real time is really interesting. Mogcoin, we see down, GigaChad down. They're not down terrible numbers, but these are things that go up and come back down. Next up, you know what? And I have one more thing I want to throw in here while we're here. Bear with me. Boom. I apologize. I'm trying to do all this shit on the fly. Okay, so next up, my call for this morning. I put this out in my Substack. It is a token called Bubble Buddy. It was my call yesterday. It was my call today. Yesterday, it was coming in at about a $764,000 market cap. This morning, it was about a $2 million market cap. We are going to check in. We are currently at $3.17 million market cap. So that is a 65. We're up about 48% since this morning, since I put this call out in my Substack. So if you have been riding this, we actually made our first purchase at about $138,000. So seeing this run up into the 3 mil range, how high do we see it go? I think there is still room to play on this. So if you don't subscribe to the Substack, you absolutely should. Rare Bits looks at the percentage of Kamala and Donald Trump sitting in the White House. Today, Donald Trump's percentage went down. Bitcoin price actually went down from yesterday. I believe as Kamala's chances improve, the Bitcoin price and the crypto community in general will suffer until they come out with standard footing. Keep in mind, we are early in this race. There is so much great stuff to happen. We do know that Trump is a wonderful showman, and we are moving into his arena where going head to head with Kamala, who I'm not sure is super intelligent. Keep in mind, I think she barely got in and finished law school. Trump went to Wharton Business School, one of the best business schools on the planet. The difference between the two mindsets is enormous. Put them in a debate, and we are going to see the difference in intellect almost instantly. And I'm here for it. So we are excited to see this happen. Next up, NFT prices. They have surged in the NFT market. 24% is a surge this week, so we will take it. Ethereum kind of kicked off the notch. The number of NFT buyers and sellers also saw significant increases, up by 42%. These are good things. I used to report so much on the NFTs. I love them. I want them to come back. My statement stands that NFTs will not come back until the degens feel rich again. And when we look at a map like this is not when people feel wealthy, right? We are getting there. But if you are a holder of BB and bought in at $100,000 and you're looking at a 3 million market cap, you are shopping for NFTs. So this is a lucky shot, right? And kind of the calls that I've made, right? BB, this is the token. It is up, and this is just in the last 6 hours, 31%. Kobe is only up 13%. FWOG up 109%. These are all calls that go out in my Substack. These are my holds on my BullX wallet. We are rocking this toward 100 Solana if we can. We are keeping you posted on all the things. So seeing NFT sales go up is absolutely exciting. We are here for it. We saw a nice little rally with Dogecoin. What you have to keep in mind is I think there are 7 million wallets that hold Dogecoin in the wallet, which is a 5x of almost any other currency there is. When 7 million wallets, when 73% of those people are in profit again, this mindset, this shift, oh, fuck, the misery is over. The pain is beginning to subside. So we like to see this. We are here for it. Hopefully this stuff still continues to go up. Now, the arrest of Telegram CEO Pavel Durov on, man, this is so crazy. So the initial report was the broad paint strokes were that he did not monitor Telegram effectively. The finer strokes are, they are trying to pin him with terrorism and fraud charges. So this type of attack, it sounds like Elizabeth, right? This is like an Elizabeth Warren style attack. In my Substack this morning, I put out a list of a bunch of people who have been instrumental in the privacy space. Do you guys believe we have the right to privacy? It's a simple yes or no. If you believe the answer is yes, is that right? Yes is yes. There's no line in the sand that, okay, when we get to your computer hardware, we have access to that. Or when we get to your phone, we have access to that. You can have a private life when you're camping, but if you're going to use the internet, if you're going to use a computer, if you're going to use a phone, Google, Microsoft, Apple have all convened with governments around the world to say, we give you a backdoor to make sure these guys are not doing anything they shouldn't be doing. So there's no privacy, and the blockchain brings this challenge to the forefront. We have to address it sooner or later. The ultimate goal is, how much privacy do you think you deserve? The governments are going to decide for you, but that is the ultimate question. That's where the line in the sand is, privacy. So unfortunately, Pavel is paying the price in the Huskow at the moment. We are seeing price movement off of this. This is a really risky play, in my opinion, and people are doing, so it's risky. People are doing longs on this with a stop loss. So if it goes the other way, you're out. So there are smart ways to play this because it has the potential to go parabolic if they are able to fight this lawsuit. Is this overreach by the government, as we're seeing documented around the world? Or is this new rhetoric that we are not going to be able to defend? And this is the new hammer coming down. So I don't know what the verdict is going to be. There's so much turmoil, global economic unrest, that adding this shit, like, I don't get it. I don't understand why you would pick Pavel to go after. Anyway, we are just going to keep rocking on. If you are investing in this, please let me know your plays. Let me know how you are playing this. I will absolutely read the stuff and I will respond. I have a bunch of thoughts on it, but I don't want to give advice. So next up, we have some stuff going on that I think is super interesting. We have Rect Capital. He believes that the opportunity to buy discounted Bitcoin is drastically coming to an end. And I have a couple of views about this. So my particular view is, in the short term, there is the potential to make more money in the meme coin sector than on Bitcoin. And not to catch a falling knife or to try that escapade, but if you come up with a plan and decide, I'm going to play the meme coin game until this area, and then I'm going to shift into Bitcoin and sit on it for the next 10 years, I don't think you can lose. So yes, there are people that want to DCA into Bitcoin now. I would never tell somebody not to buy Bitcoin. I think it's always brilliant to DCA into Bitcoin all the time, at any time. if you have a limited amount of funds and you are trying to figure out how to maximize your return in this game, to me, the smart play at the moment is in the meme coin game. And we are not even into the frenzy of it. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I think we are going to have time to buy Bitcoin. So I do agree with Rect Capital on so much of what he says, the way he looks at it. But again, there are some numbers that we have yet to pierce. Not only we have numbers yet to pierce in order to get above 70K. There's this psychological hurdle of 70K. If we can do that, then the next number to me is 85K. These numbers, while they seem big, in comparison to the parabolic jumps that people are talking about, they're not big. And I think we're going to crab walk possibly sideways and north up until we have this parabolic. I think it's going to surprise almost everybody. So trying to catch that before the roller coaster takes off is risky business. So that's why I don't give advice of any sort ever. I have a beer horn. That's what I do. Okay, so next up, we have Blunts. He believes that Pepe is set for a breakout. He is comparing it to current charts of Bitcoin's bottom. He is also looking at Popcat, Whiff, Floki. So these are all meme coins that have been beaten down a bit. I have friends that I advise on kind of coins they should look at, and it's really interesting because they're removed from the space, and I'll give them some buys and they'll buy some stuff, and they might look at the market one day and be like, yo, dude, what the fuck is going on? And yet, you know, you almost have to give that little pep talk, like, just wait, just wait, just wait. So if you have been patient, if you have been waiting, if you have been hodling, we are about to enjoy the roses on the other side of it. If you have been DCAing in when it's absolutely red, like a champion, you will enjoy the fruits of your labor and your conviction. So I applaud you. Next up, Copium, Copium, Copium. This is all food for thought. Solana, Avalanche, Tron, and Ethereum. They are poised for some good movement, in my opinion. Solana benefits from its popularity in decentralization. But what is interesting when I listen to Justin speak about Tron and their goal to dethrone Solana with a shit ton of capital, they brought in the discussion some interesting points to light. And I implore you guys to look that up. It's an interesting conversation. Next up, there are newcomers to the ecosystem like Say that are just about to kick up a shitstorm of dust. And are these new competitors, like for example, Say, are they the new Solanas, right? Where there's these diehard family members that just love this ecosystem and they're waiting for it to get its wheels on and the engine put in and the doors locked in and the windshield put on so they can start driving. The Say car is about to fucking take off. So keep these things on your radar. Please, please, please. If you guys are still craving crypto clarity, please do me a favor. Subscribe to my Substack. Warning, rare bits may cause hodling.